everyone, this is Nitrogen here. Welcome to another video. Now, last video we have talked about briefly about Lake Toba and why it is not really, but that it has been erupted, and this was a volcano. It was a super volcano, and about 75,000 years ago, it had a great super eruption, if you want to call it. Haven't talked about that in the last video. I don't remember, but yes. And this is another day, and the day I'm filming this is Halloween, which is actually my birthday. So yeah, that's pretty easy to remember. Say happy birthday for me while I'm saying happy Halloween to you. Nice. Now let's talk about why this super eruption have changed humankind and where it's going right now. Because you see, normally if a volcano had an eruption, what will happen is first it will spread out and then spit out, if I want to call it, bits of lava or magma or lava. Well, if it's underground, then it's magma. If it's up in the air or on the ground, then it's lava. So when it spits out, it spits of lava, and then it suddenly cools down into volcanic bombs. You see, if, for example, volcanic bomb lands there, it creates, literally, it's a bomb, explodes and spread lava everywhere, bits of lava everywhere. So it's not good. And following the lava bomb thing is the pyroclastic flow, which is lava mixed with volcanic ash, mixed with a lot of stuff, basically a lot of messy stuff like stones and rocks and bits of sand and snow if possible. So these are all mixed together like a machine, and that literally mix everything together, and it's traveling down the mountain or the volcano at a great speed, more than hundreds of meters per second, and able to destruct everything in its path. Which is very, very bad thing actually. But luckily or unluckily, there's no one in the range of this when the Mount Toba has erupted. Of course, the eruption was huge. It was one of the biggest in human history. I mean, without writing. Yeah, without the writing, of course. But it's the biggest in human history, about 75,000 years ago. At the time, the most of Homo sapiens are in Africa, because they want to. I mean, they want to stay there, because there's nothing super weird to drive them away from their homeland, right? But the volcanic eruption have indeed spread a lot of volcanic ash into the clouds. You see, the power of this volcanic eruption is more than hundreds of hydrogen bombs, like the Tsar bomber exploding all at once in this innocent looking lake. Yes, and it's very horrible. It spread millions and billions of tons of sulfur dioxide into the air, and then spread millions of billions of tons of volcanic ash into the air. So therefore, they created a barrier, like clouds. They don't allow sunlight to pass. So there's a 1 year of total winter. It's super cold. It's the trees and stuff are all dying, and therefore herbivores are dying, and therefore predators are dying, and therefore humans don't have food, so they're also dying. This is what we call a genetic bottleneck. After a catastrophe, well, that's not description, but after a catastrophe, it's really just like that. People and animals and plants are dying out. So only a small bit of human was left. How much? According to some scientists, some scientists say it's 10,000, but another bunch of scientists say it's 1,000. But you see, according to this amount, of people is not really much. It's like compared to a tiny town in the United States or a tiny town in Malaysia. So they're just really these bits of people left, and we all came from these bits of people, really. So actually the Christians were actually correct. Well, sort of. At least there's not 2 people, but 1,000 people created this world, what we live. And also, the surviving 1,000 people have evolved over time, since they have survived that catastrophe, and the body was making some changes. That's some very complex gene stuff, DNA and chemical stuff that I'm so lazy to talk about. I mean, I don't know them either, but that's a little bit too complex. So there's no need for us to know that. But we have evolved with some characteristics, body characteristics. So yes. So we all came from like 60, 70,000 years ago, when there's only 1,000 people left. And also, according to facts, that humans have started migrating from Africa to other parts of the world in about the period of 70,000 years ago and 60,000 years ago. So that's right after when Mount Toba have literally exploded and spread like billions of tons of stuff into the air. That's really a tough day. Just imagine this beautiful mountain and lakes suddenly filled with lava, and this stuff popping out of them. Yeah, explosions and happening everywhere, and the heating makes you feel like so bad. That should make a good movie though, like Disney, or Disney will love that in some cartoon movies or something. That'll be exciting. I mean, Marvel will love that because they like catastrophes, aren't they? But just imagine the sheer size of this. This is less than like 1% of its total area. See, there are some of them after this thing, and there are some of them after that thing. So, yeah, you should know the size of the volcanoes. So horrifying. And the island, if you want to surround the island, the volcanic island or whatever you want to call it, you need to take like 200 kilometers. So how big it is, right? Yeah, it's really big. And I think that concludes all for today's episode, and thank you for watching. And please, if you like my videos, please subscribe and give like, because I really need your support. I thank you for your support anyways, because you're watching my video. Thank you.